Pre-order versus pre-made. Which one are you choosing? In today's video, I'm gonna talk to y'all about the differences between pre-made and pre-order. Let's get right to it. All right, y'all, so let's break down the basics real quick. The idea of a pre-order is to pretty much be able to sell an item without having it in full stock yet. Let's say, for example, if I have a t-shirt that's gonna drop in about a month, if I have a sample of that t-shirt, I can market it, I can advertise it, I can show the world what's coming out in a month. Within that time frame, while we're waiting, you guys can pre-order. You can order before it comes out. Essentially, when you are allowed to do that, you may get a discount or percentage off for ordering early. But pretty much what the pre-order does, it gives the owner an idea of how much of inventory they need. It gives the owner an idea of who wants what. You know, if there's different options to whatever you're selling, that lets the owner know how much of, you know, whatever product that you're selling, how much they need to order to have in stock for when the actual drop is. Obviously, within business, this can be anything. This can be something from clothing brand, this can be a book, this could be, you know, anything you name that has to do within business. You can always do a pre-order versus like a pre-made type of deal. And the pre-order is essentially just giving the owner, you know, information on who wants what versus, you know, before the actual product comes out. Doing a pre-order also helps the owner, you know, it gives them data to be able to analyze and see where the demand is at for the actual product, whatever they're selling. Like I mentioned before, you can have a t-shirt, selling a t-shirt that's going to drop in about 2 months or a month, but you can market that t-shirt a lot earlier and let people know they can order it ahead of time. And usually with that time, you're able to maybe get a discount. There's some type of incentive for you pre-ordering versus ordering when it's already actually out for the public. All right, so, you know, pre-order also helps you gain capital. You know, if you need to get capital, if you're starting off in your business and you don't know how much of what you need, you can, like I said, market your sample or whatever product you have first before it actually comes out to the public, and see, you know, who wants what, how much of it they need, so you kind of have an estimate of how much inventory you actually need when the product actually drops. So this kind of gives you a little, you know, extra boost and help to see, you know, where the demand is in your business. The only real downfall to that is obviously that you have to wait for it to come out. It's not right then and there for you to purchase. But depending on the product, depending on how you market your product, you know, people are willing to wait. You know, if you're a reliable business, people are more inclined to wait because they know what they're getting. This also comes down to, you know, how you run your business. Are you a fraud? Are you actually getting your products out to the customers? Are you, you know, communicating with the customers on anything that may go wrong or anything that may go right? You know, just updating the customers and not making them feel like they're getting, you know, scammed. So it all comes down to how you run your business. And, you know, a lot of returning customers can vouch for you because obviously they bought before. Also, if you're just starting off with your business and you really know where your winning product is, you know, a pre-order is definitely a good way to start off. Like I said, you can start off with a few different options and kind of see, you know, you can market this product for however long you're going to do it for before the actual product drops, to kind of see where, you know, see what your audience likes, to see if there's any interest in any of the products, you know, because worst case scenario, if you do a pre-order and nobody sells, then you don't lose any money, you know. That's kind of like a test run as well at the same time. You kind of put it out there, market it, kind of see who wants what, or if it's even something that people like before buying in bulk. So that's one of the biggest things you can take from doing a pre-order, is kind of just seeing, you know, gaining data and seeing what people want based off of what you put out there. It's a good way to see, you know, if you're doing something right or if you need to make any changes to any of your products. It's a good way to kind of just see if this is a winning piece or not. So the worst case scenario, you could just go back to the drawing board and redesign or remake something before putting it back out to the world. So it's all about how the people see your product, you know. So you got to be good with, you know, creating content, you know, on your social medias, everywhere. Just being able to let people, you got to persuade people and convince people to believe in what your product is legit, you know, it's what they need. And you got to just be able to put that out there and convince people. That's what that comes about, you know. So is the pre-order the best way? It can be, depending on your situation. But there's still businesses that are still doing pre-orders that are very high accomplished. I'm gonna sit up here and knock a pre-order because of the weight. You know, if you have the right product, if you have the right, you know, resources and things of that nature, then your customers you're gonna have returning customers. So it all comes down to how you're running your business, what you're putting out there. You know, what are the incentives, if there is an incentive for buying early, and just being reliable overall. You know, are you responding to your customer services emails about any product in the past? Are you making sure if you have a return policy? Are you returning? Are you allowing your customers to return their products for exchanges? Little things like that. You create a reliable business when you're doing that, so that when you do pre-orders, people know what to expect. You don't want to start off just doing things and not having things in order. So everything has to be strategic and make it make sense. You don't want to just be doing anything just to do anything, because people don't want to be spending money on BS. So just make whatever you're doing, make it work. To wrap it all up, a pre-order is pretty much a way for you to kind of engage and see, do I have a winning product? Do I have something that the world wants? Is this something that I can sell? The biggest takeaway from that is you gain, like I said, you gain data. When you put out to the world your sample or whatever you're selling, you see how people react to it. You see how, whether or not they like it or not. And like I said, the worst case scenario, if no one likes it, you don't lose any money. You go back to the drawing board, recreate something, and start over. But with a pre-order, like I said, you just pay for that sample, you market the sample, create the content for it, and see what the people say about it. See what your audience says. If they're liking it, then to put that in production. If there's a certain size to whatever product you're selling, that all comes down to how you market it, how you gaining data from social media. You ask people, what sizes or should you get? What are your sizes typically for, your audience, and let them comment under your posts and see what they say. That's how you gain the data, so that you know what type of things you should be getting, what sizes you should be getting, and kind of engage from there. There's pros and cons to pre-order. Should you do it? It's totally up to you, whether it's where you're at in your business or it's really just your preference, how you want to go about things. Do you want to see whether or not this is a winning product up front, test it out, and see what your customers say? Have I done a pre-order before? Yes, I have. Was it successful? Yes. But I know if I had more of my products right then and there pre-made, I could have made a lot more money. But it was my first time doing it. There was success to it, and there was some pros to it. There was some cons to it. A lot of people didn't like waiting, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. So based off that information, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do a pre-order, or are you gonna do a pre-made? All right, y'all, so let's talk about pre-made. So pre-made, so essentially what this is already having the inventory on deck. Whether it's a digital product or if it's an actual physical product, then obviously with the mail, you come within that business, the typical delivery time frames. But it's not like you're waiting a whole month or weeks. It'll be back to your normal delivery date between 3 to 5 business days. So that's a pro to it. They can get it right then and there. Or if you're selling in person, the products is right there. Once they buy, they can receive it right then and there. So the pro to having a pre-made, there's no real wait time for you to receive your product. So when you have it pre-made, your main thing is to market and to get people to buy. You gotta have good strategies. You gotta be very strategic about how you promote and put your product out to the eyes of people. You gotta storytell. You gotta tell people why. You gotta convince people why they should wear or whatever product you're selling. You gotta convince people that they need it. All right, because now it's not like you're seeing who likes what. You're still seeing what the people like as far as what you're selling, but now it's more so, okay, if this person likes this, then they're gonna. Versus a pre-order, you don't have the inventory in hand. But when you have it pre-made, the inventory is already in hand. So your only job now is to get the customers to buy. So it still goes back into being able to market, sell, get people to wear it, you know, advertise for you, things of that nature. With the pre-made versus pre-order, you have to put money up front for it. So this is not where we're pre-ordering and you can get the money from the customers and then buy your inventory. You have to buy your inventory already ahead of time, so that when the customers order, the inventory is ready to go. It's ready to get shipped out. So you got to put money up front for this. You know, business, everything's a risk. But you gotta believe in yourself, because with great risk is a greater reward. So scared money don't make no money. You want to make that money, you gotta take that risk. That's what business, and that is what business is about. So, you know, it's nothing to kind of be scared or shy away from. You just gotta, you know, put your money where your mouth is and take care of your business. That's all. But yeah, I mean, you know, the money's up front. You gotta pay the money up front. But with your good marketing and you know, sale tactics, you'll be able to sell it off the roof. You'll be able to make those sales. You'll be able to get people to purchase. Yeah, it all comes down to, you know, how you put it out there. But the real only like con to that, like I said, you put money up front, because you got to have that inventory on deck too, so that when people purchase, you're ready to ship out. So another good thing when you're comparing pre-order versus pre-made, with pre-order, obviously customers have to wait longer to receive the product. With pre-made, the product is already in hand. The inventory is already in hand. So now the customers are gonna receive the product a lot faster when it's pre-made versus when it's a pre-order, because a pre-order takes a lot longer because the inventory is not in hand. Pre-made, the inventory is in hand, it's ready to ship out, so your customers receive it a lot faster. But then on the I wouldn't even say it's a downfall, but then I guess on the other side of that is, you know, with pre-order, you use less money up front for your inventory. With pre-made, you're using money up front to get the inventory in hand. So if you want to save money, I guess, in the sense of not having to spend as much money up front, you would go the pre-order route. If you're willing to put that risk up and get the inventory already in hand, do the pre-made. You know, there's pros to that as well. Put money up front, because then the customers receive the products a lot faster. Then they can tell other people about receiving the product. So it's really about, you know, word of mouth at that point. Customers receive their product, they tell some other people who are interested in buying, then, you know, you get more referrals. Oh yeah, I received my product this time, da 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 da, and it goes on and on. So, you know, it's all about how you want to go about your business. I would recommend definitely trying both out at some point in time in your business, just to gain data and see how, you know, your business is going between a pre-order versus pre-made, and just kind of, you know, see what works and what doesn't work. Business is all about trial and error, figuring things out, trying different things. So don't be afraid to fail either. You know, there's so much more for you to learn with either route you take. So like I said, you know, give it a try. It doesn't hurt. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. Don't be afraid to have a bad drop, because the only thing you're gonna do from that is learn from your mistakes, and, you know, do it over a lot better. Take the mistakes that you did from before, and, you know, don't make the same mistakes again. Do it over. Start over from experience. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to have a bad drop. You know, don't get me wrong. Nobody wants to have a bad drop, but it's part of the business. You know, and like I said, with whatever product you're selling, it doesn't have to be closed. It's just a business in general. Pre-order versus pre-made, the same rules, same ideas apply. The concept still applies to anything you're selling with pre-order versus pre-made. So yeah, y'all, that was a quick little wrap up. You know, a quick little, I guess, insight for you all to see whether or not you want to do a pre-order versus pre-made, some of the pros and cons to it, to kind of give you an idea on which route you should take when starting a business or whatever product you're selling. You know, there's pros and cons to either method. I think eventually down the line within your business, you should definitely try both routes to see what works better than the other. But yeah, you know, speaking from experience, my first drop was through a pre-order, and, you know, I did pretty good. There's things I could get better at, but I will try the actual pre-made method as well, because I do want to see how that will go for me as well. Being able to have all the inventory on deck so that once people order, they're receiving their products a lot faster versus a pre-made. So I want to see how that is, and I'll definitely make a video about that and compare and contrast both of my experiences eventually down the line for my next drop to see, you know, how things went. But happy City Friday, you know. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. In case y'all just now tuning in, you know, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, let a friend know, tell another friend, let a friend know, and tell another friend, let another friend know. We super duper lit. We're on the road to 500 subscribers and counting, and it don't start from there. It don't start from there. But we're on the road right now to 500 subscribers. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, and also hit that notification bell so you're alert every time I post. So let me know right now down in the comments, what are you gonna choose to do when you start your business? Well, I know you're thinking about, if you haven't started a business yet, I know you're thinking of starting a business. But whenever you do, what do you think your first steps are gonna be when you start to sell your products? You're gonna do pre-made, or you're gonna go through pre-order? Let me know right now down in the comments what you're gonna do. I'd love to hear what's going on. Alright? But alright, y'all. Like I said, it was a quick video. Just give y'all a quick little inside scoop on pre-order versus pre-made. My personal opinions, my personal experiences. This to kind of help you all with whatever decision you make when you start your business, or when the next time you do a drop for your business. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you found some use to this video. You know, like always, if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comments. Like always, I appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, sharing the time. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me on my YouTube channel, and I appreciate that. I'm forever thankful for it. Alright, so like always, it's your boy Big City. Peace.